Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1.
Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports.
I'm Jeff Bidoff. You can follow me on Twitter @DitHappens. Thanks so much again for tuning in. Please listen, like, subscribe, all of our shows, especially on the FanStream Sports Network. So we are, as I am recording this right now, we are 137 days away from the Ohio State-Indiana football game. I recapped the spring game and the last one, the last podcast I did, the Buckeye Blitz. So a couple of things, though. No new news on Brian Hartline. He was released from the hospital. He has admitted that he was drinking when before the accident occurred with the ATV on his property. So nothing new, though, on that. There's been no statement from Ryan Day, nothing from Hartline. So we're still waiting to hear anything that may happen. Charges pending potentially. Potential charges are pending regarding the incident. Also, a couple of things real quick on football. They had a coaches meeting, a coaches clinic type thing last week at Ohio State. And it was all the living former coaches for Ohio State were there. Cooper, Urban Meyer, Dressel, and Ryan Day. I should say not all because Fickle wasn't there. He coached the one season as interim. Anyway, it was all moderated. Kirk Herbstreit was there. And so they all did, a lot of cool stuff came out of that, what the coaches were saying. But one of the interesting nuggets that I heard was Urban Meyer, famously went 7-0 against Michigan while at Ohio State. He said that he hired a coach, and the only job the coach had, specific job the coach had, that's all the coach had to do, was watch Michigan. That devoted their entire job was just nothing but watching Michigan, which may explain why Ohio State went 7-0 during Urban's tenure. So the Buckeyes have lost the last two under Ryan Day. Hope to get that fixed this season when they play in Ann Arbor on that Saturday after Thanksgiving. Also going on at the same time was the celebration life for Demetrius Stanley, the former Buckeye great receiver, and was all over the media here in town, a host of a Buckeye pregame show, and also then on 97.1 The Fan for a long time as well. He passed away tragically recently, prostate cancer, a long battle with that, but that was also going on at the same time. I happened to attend the celebration of life and saw a lot of these former teammates there. Anthony Rothman hosted it and did a fantastic job. But it was a very cool celebration of life for Demetrius Stanley, gone way too soon. And again, passed away from prostate cancer, but truly missed here in the community. Did a lot of great things for the community off the football field. Okay, I want to go over to some basketball news now because the Ohio State team has added another transfer. Dale Bonner, who's from the Shaker Heights area in Ohio, he went to, I think, Fairmont State to start off his career, if I'm not mistaken. Then he went to Baylor. He's been at Baylor for a couple years now. He has a year of eligibility left. Last year, he averaged just under 5 points a game, just under 3 assists a game, and 1.5 steals. So the defense will help out. I don't think he's some huge he's not going to be a huge point producer for this team. He will be a role player on this squad. He averaged about 19 minutes a game with Baylor last year, 6'2", 170 pounds. But what that means now is that Ohio State is completely full on scholarships. Now, that can change with Bryce Sensabaugh if he decides to stay in the draft, which I totally believe he will. That would free up a scholarship because we're still waiting to hear what the decision is on Bronny James. If he is going to choose Ohio State, USC, or Oregon, where he's going to go to college or go the pro route. Waiting to hear on that one. So that scholarship's open, could be open at that point if Sensabaugh does go like I expect him to. You might get another transfer out of the program as well. Among guys who aren't getting a lot of playing time, there's some options there with some young guys who may choose to move on. But they've already added Jamison Battle, the forward out of Minnesota. So right now, Bonner and Battle each have 1 year left. Tanner Holton has 1 year of eligibility left. Zed Key has 2. But if you look at the way it's made up right now, the guys that they have right now that are seniors are Zed Key, Owen Spencer, Jamison Battle, Tanner Holton, and Bonner. Like I say, Zed Key's got 2 years left. Akpar is a sophomore this year. Kalen Etzler, if Bryce Sensabaugh comes back, he would be he would also be considered a sophomore. Roddy Gale, Bowen Hardman, Bruce Thornton are all the sophomores. And then incoming freshmen, Austin Parks, Devin Royal, Scotty Middleton, and Tayson Chapman. So those guys are the freshmen coming in. So that's how Ohio State, you get 15 scholarships, and that's where Ohio State, they're exactly at 15 right now. So, and they're still hosting, other transfers want to maybe potentially come to Ohio State. And so I think they're assuming Sensabaugh's gone, and like there could be a couple of guys also that still might transfer out. I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple of those sophomores, maybe one of the sophomores. I should say a couple of them. Maybe one of the sophomores, though. I could see like a Kalen Etzler type maybe leaving, going somewhere else, because he didn't get any playing time really last year. And it doesn't look like his playing time is going to be coming in the near future with the people that Ohio State has on their roster. And they are, again, going to be there's some good seniors, good leadership on this team, experienced guys. Let's hope it translates into wins this year for Holtmann's team as they try to get back to the end this past season. So other news from Ohio State, the men's tennis team. We don't talk much about these, about a couple of other sports I'm going to mention right now, but I wanted to give them some kudos. The men's tennis team, they beat Penn State over the weekend. They are 24-2 overall, 7-0 in the Big Ten. On Friday, they will host Purdue, and on Sunday they'll host Indiana. Neither one of those teams have won a match yet in the Big Ten. So Ohio State, undefeated in the Big Ten, playing two teams this weekend coming up that have not won a match yet in the Big Ten. They're number 2 in the country. Amazing stat about Ohio State men's tennis. They are going for a 17th consecutive Big Ten title, and they can clinch it this weekend, depending on how they do against Purdue and Indiana. But 17th straight for them. That's a huge accomplishment for the men's tennis team. And again, ranked number 2 in the country. Also, men's volleyball. They are 20-9 on the season. They're home on Wednesday. They're in the semifinals of the Midwestern Intercollegiate Volleyball Tournament. They are the number 3 seed. They're taking on the 7th seed McKendree at 7 o'clock in the semifinals. Ohio State have just beaten Lindenwood this past week, so they're now in the semifinals, hosting McKendree at 7 o'clock on Wednesday night. So, all right, that's it for today's Buckeye Blitz. Thank you for tuning in. Again, listen, like, subscribe. All the shows on the FanStream Sports channel here on DSP Media that powers that. Thank you so much. And go Buckeyes, and we will talk soon as we get more news on Heartline. I'll be sure to put something out about that, and also any other football news that comes out. If you hear any transfers, anybody going out, coming in, whatnot, we'll do all that right here on your Buckeye Blitz. Thanks again so much for tuning in.